Hi guys, welcome to episode 4. Hopefully you're having a great summer. So today we're going to be looking at drawing arms. Arms are definitely a complex topic, but hopefully this video can break it down in a way in which it's understandable and you can use it in terms of studying anatomy. So let's get into it. So you've got that deltoid shape. You can imagine the deltoid shape as like a slanted heart shape, so rather than it being face up, it's all kind of squashed to the side. So yeah, we've got the deltoid shape. And then we've got a shape that actually encompasses both the tricep and the bicep shape. And then you've got like the lower half of the arm here. And she'll draw like construction lines going through the middle just to show the geometry. But we can imagine that an arm is broken down into 1, 2, 3 different sections. And so in terms of the upper half, we obviously have the deltoid, and that's gonna sit at the uppermost part of the arm. Then depending on which way it's orientated, we're gonna start from the front orientation. So from the front, you've got the bicep, and you might see the tricep, but we have the bicep, it's the deltoid, and we've got in the lower half we've got the extensor muscles. It's a group of muscles, but you can kind of just group it into one in terms of what you need to know to draw anatomy. And then on the other side we've got the flexor muscles. And then we're going to have our hand. And the thumb is going to be orientated on the side that the extensor muscles are on. But yeah, there's our front view. So as we rotate, we're going to have, same again, we're going to have that deltoid. We're going to have that bicep. Tricep. We're gonna have the elbow bone there. And then we're gonna have the brachialis radialis muscle here. And then just underneath, on the other side, we're going to have the flexor muscle group here. I definitely recommend, as you're starting out, draw the contour lines that I'm drawing in, to show the 3D geometry of the shape. You can even do like circles to indicate that too. So let's just label that again. Deltoid, bicep, tricep, brachialis, radialis, and flexor muscle. Right now we've got our front, we've got our side view. So we've got our front, side view. Let's look at the back. So one thing I really like about TB Choi's method is she will break down the tricep into a really simple shape. That's actually kind of quite easy to remember. She'll break down the tricep into this kind of shape. Imagine kind of like a horseshoe shape with a bit on the end. So the way she'll visualize that, let's say we have like a rounded horseshoe, but has a knob on the end there, and that creates the triceps. Because the tricep isn't just one muscle, it's multiple. Then right here, you're gonna have a muscle called the Aconius muscle. And don't worry, I'm gonna label all of this. Maybe you can also see the bicep. On this side, it depends on how lean that person is. You're gonna see the brachialis, radialis, muscle just on the edge. Extensor muscle and the flexor muscle on this side. And then there's our thumb. But yeah, that's gonna be the arm from the back. I know this is gonna seem really confusing, but actually once you break it down and you do a bunch of studies and try and memorize where the muscles are placed, it's gonna really help you when it comes to simplifying these complex shapes. And then finally, the thing that I'm gonna mention is the fact that to me, the hand is so complex because rather than the way the body is, and you've only got 1-2 sides, the bottom half of the hand can flip over. So I'm just gonna draw that view as well. The bottom view of the arm, can flip over. So just gonna draw the bicep. Tricep. Brachialis. And extensor muscles, so bicep, tricep, brachialis, radialis, and extensor. Muscles. I guess you'd have like the deltoid up here as well. So yeah, those are the different muscles in the arm. In terms of the muscles, there's probably about 5 that are really apparent that you need to know. So just to go over what we've covered. On the front side, deltoid in the upper quadrant. In section 2, you're going to have the bicep. If it's on the back side, then you're going to have the tricep. In section 3, you're going to have the flexor muscles and the extensor muscles. Depending on the orientation, when you come to the side, you're going to see the brachialis. Well, basically when you flip your hand over, you're going to see where the brachialis radialis muscle. And also when you flip your hand over, you're going to see more of the extensor muscles as well. So yeah, those are the muscle groups to know. So now I'm going to talk about simplification. So when it comes to simplifying those shapes, there are a few different ways you can go about it. One way I saw in modern day James's anatomy tutorial was to kind of break the shapes down into shapes like this. Kind of like different facing 3D ovals. And then let me put the final side here. To break the arm down into into 3D ovals, so that would be section 1, that would be section 2, that would be section 3. And then you can take those ovals and try and make those shapes more organic. In terms of organic, that just means to smoothen it out. So if we were to smoothen that out, what we would end up with is kind of like something like this. You can draw contour lines. Yeah, you'd end up with something like that. And you can see that when you do that, it's already starting to look a bit like an arm. Some of the ways TB Choi will simplify it is the back of that tricep. She'll make this kind of shape, and then this would be like the back of that elbow. She'll make that kind of shape, so this would be tricep, elbow. In terms of the shapes she uses, she tries to simplify those muscles down, so she'll have like the deltoid, she'll have the bicep, tricep at the back, that large shape there for the brachialis radialis muscle, flexor, and then extensor muscles, and then that would go down to where that hand is. Deltoid, bicep, tricep, flexor, brachialis, radialis, and extensor muscles. Yeah, but that's kind of how she'll simplify it. So now I'm gonna get into some sketching, but this is gonna be that deltoid muscle you see. Here you're gonna see that tricep, that kind of horseshoe shape. That's gonna come down and create where that elbow bone is. You can see we've got the acromius muscle right there, just covering the lower half of that elbow. This is also part of the tricep, and then when it comes to the back half, yeah, we're gonna see the flexor muscle here, and then right here is where the extensor muscle is, and then we've got that brachialis, which is wrapping around to the front. So I'm gonna get into some sketching from reference, and we're particularly gonna focus on the arms here. So here I'm just gonna draw that bicep, and something that helps actually is thinking about your line weight. So if you're drawing something on the edge, you can make that thicker, but when you're drawing like the little muscle indentations, you can actually make that really light, and that helps to show what's in front of each, what's in front and what's behind. It helps distinguish between foreground and midground and background. So yeah, we've got bicep. Right underneath you can see part of that tricep. Come to the side where we've got that elbow bone. And if you remember, the side that the thumb isn't on is going to be where your flexor muscles are. So right there we're seeing the flexor muscle. And then that comes all the way back up to where the hand is. In terms of hands, I like to just try and use like a box shape first. I'll draw the side that's closest to the thumb, and then I'll make a shape that encompasses the rest, and I can detail the rest later. But that helps you think in shapes, and it's easier to draw when you think in terms of shapes. So yeah, we've got that deltoid at the very top there. We've got that bicep. Got the tricep. Gonna have the brachialis, which you can see. I don't want it. Okay, anyway, you can see the brachialis here. That's creating this shape here. In terms of the bicep, that's here. And the tricep you're seeing is about there. Yeah. Yeah, so brachialis, it's gonna come down to where that elbow bone is. You might see part of the flexor muscles at the edge there. And then that will come down into that hand. Just gonna do 2 more and we'll call it a day. But I definitely recommend that when it comes to drawing arms, study. Just draw a bunch of different arms and try and identify the muscles that you see. So here, deltoid at the top. We've got a large looming shape, which is creating the triceps. We've got that elbow bone in the corner. We're gonna have the acromius muscle. On the side opposite the arm, we're gonna have the flexors, and on the side with the arm, with the thumb, we're gonna have the extensor muscles, and And maybe we can see the brachialis. And then they're gonna have that hand there. Yeah, so hopefully that's helped, and I'll see you for the next video where we're going to be looking at legs.